Okay, I'm really tired and worn out. I just want to sleep, but I can't stop. I had some coffee. It's gonna be hard going to sleep, but you gotta. Had, I had to get the loads done. You know, I was already committed. You can't stop in the middle of it. It needed to get there by 3 a.m. I got a little tip from the company for doing it. You know, they do that when they want to get stuff done. You know, they'll incentivize you. I had the time. It got away from me. I finished it. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, anyway. I think these trucking videos are kind of boring a little bit, but like I want to get them out there just so like my friends and family who want to know what's up with my life can know, and then also people who want to know about trucking. I'll probably answer a lot of your questions. So it's like a twofer. Plus it helps me too, because like the best way to learn is to teach. So if I could review everything that happened, I can learn and be better now, which I need to be. And But I want to get these trucking videos out of the way because I want to work on some videos about my land project. The land project. Call it what you want. It's my fucking land project. Pardon my language. It's unscripted, one take. Unedited. Uncut. So, I guess I want to cover my 2 weeks of on the job training with my trainer living in the truck, and then my first 2 weeks as a solo driver. We might only get, and then also like tips and tricks and fun facts as a third video. Or maybe we'll get them all now. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. We're gonna start with the 2 weeks on the job training. Uh, a nightmare. It's been a nightmare. What happened? He picked me up at a Walmart. I went to meet him. Cool guy. We talked on the phone before we met. We're both like play video games, the same ones. Well, one of the same ones, League of Legends. Or we used to before we decided to dedicate our lives to a truck. Um, but we'll see if we can slip some more of that in there. Pwn some noobs. Uh, Down in a little bit when I get my laptop set up in here. Uh, he's like a year younger than me. Uh, we met in the middle of the night. He was on no sleep. He put me right on the road. Really stressful. Really stressful. I would say the first 3 weeks were super stressful. And now this last fourth week, my second week solo, is like the plateau. Because, you know, they say like 3 weeks to develop a habit. Well, there's like 10 different habits you need to develop ASAP because you're driving a death machine. And if you bump anything, you're probably going to lose your job or kill somebody or yourself. Like, you got to check your mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds. That's a habit. That's a I mean, that's also important when you're starting, so you can get used to like being centered in your lane because you see where your trucks and trailers lined up between the lines behind you. So it's like really important to stay in your lane, obviously, when you're driving. And it's hard with a tractor trailer because the steering is sensitive because if you move it a little bit, it ends up going like a lot because it's like a big machine kind of like because you don't notice it at first. You move it a little bit, then there's nothing, but then all of a sudden it like builds up and it's like, oh. And then also like while you're doing that, then the wind blows against the trailer, like shaking you, like trying to like make you go off. So it's like you have to like dance with it. And then when you steer too much, you have to go the other way. You get used to it, but like it's kind of rough at first. Trying to do that and then checking your mirrors constantly. Um, you gotta keep your following distance way behind. Like when you're in a car, you can stop real fast so you can follow closely. You gotta stay way further back with the truck. Um, I don't know what other habits. I guess just the habit of driving a vehicle for 11 hours a day. that's a habit to establish. It was exhausting to begin with. Um, and then whenever you go to like pick up or drop off a load, that's stressful backing a trailer. Yeah, I learned how to back a trailer in school. uh, which I mean that was really valuable. You get used to the feel for it, and it's just like you get used to the feel for it. And if like you wouldn't be able to learn how to back a trailer in a truck stop if you didn't already have a feel for the truck. So that's really important. But yeah, like backing into truck stops, difficult to learn, difficult to do at first, definitely. Like the geometry is whack with that. And but then backing into a dock to like hook up your truck to the loading or unloading dock has to be like very precise and sometimes like really tight space. So that's really stressful. But my mentor is there, so it made it even more stressful. I mean, I'm kidding, but I'm not. Like, obviously, I wouldn't have been able to do it on my own. So, yeah, the mentor being there, like, definitely took the edge off. But, like, I'm also, like, a neurotic type in my head. It's like I'm the type of person that, like, I take things real slow, think them out, I understand them deep in my head, and then I, like, breathe, meditate, become one with what I'm doing. In this case, backing the trailer, I become one with the tractor trailer. And it's all like a complex, like Rubik's Cube puzzle in my head that I'm figuring out as I like go slowly and like memorize everything I'm doing so I can learn from my mistakes for the next time. And like having somebody sitting next to me, interrupting that process with like micromanaging critiques threw me off. But that's just me. I know everybody's not like that. And uh what are you gonna do? Just not have guidance? Just do it on your own your first time? I don't know. I don't know what the solution to that is. I guess if you're teaching me something, the best way to do it is to just don't say anything. Just write down notes of everything that I'm doing wrong or that I'm doing right that you want to talk about. Then when I'm done, review it with me because I'll have memorized every single movement I made. So when you make a comment on it, I'll be like, oh yeah, right. I remember when I did that. Oh, I should have done that. Okay. Then it's like processed and ingrained in my brain for next time. Otherwise, it's just like a distraction and I forget what's happening and I get confused and it's just like a fluttering mess until I end up where I'm supposed to be and I go, I have no idea what happened. And obviously, if I'm turning my wheel to hit the tip of a forklift spike, I'm gonna damage a tire. Like, of course, interrupt me. My language. um, what else? I mean, I was terrified of spending 2 weeks in a truck with another person. Like, I'm the type of person, even if you're like my family or like one of my best friends, like 2 hours together talking, like I'm good for the day. Not just with you, with all people. Give me 2 hours, I'll take the next 22 hours in solitude. Like I've had enough for the day. So it's like, how am I gonna spend 2 weeks with a dude? But yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like I toughed it out for a week, and after a week, I started just cracking, and just was like praying to God every night that I would make it through the next week. Because it's like there's nothing else to do. We're in a truck together. There's nothing else to do but like talk about stuff, especially because it's kind of like our job to talk because the mentor is supposed to teach me and I'm supposed to learn. But it's like, we talked for 2 hours the first day and it's like, I'm good for the day. And then we're still with each other. It's like, now's my time to like remove myself from the situation, go meditate in the woods, go close my bedroom door, lay down, go off, do work by myself. You can't do that in the truck. I'm like, I'm done. I'm ready to get out of here. We're still sitting here together. And what do people do when they sit together? They talk. That's nature. Holy crap. And then we go to sleep. Like, where's on the video? Top bunk, bottom bunk, driver's seat. It's like, we go to sleep together. We're like, we're on the same, we don't leave each other's we're shoulder to shoulder for 2 weeks. That was, I made it. I made it. What else is there to say? That was my 2 weeks of mentorship. What else is there to say? Truck stops. They have food and diesel. You gotta like fill in every time you like pick up a load. You gotta fill in an e-form to go to the company. And every time you drop off a load or like you show up to a place, you gotta fill in a form. If your status changes at a place, you gotta fill in a form. If you start driving, you have to let them know you started by clicking a button. If you stop driving, you have to let them know by clicking a button. If you're getting fuel, you gotta let them know by clicking a button. If you're going to sleep back there, you gotta let them know by clicking a button. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go to bed. This was a long enough video. I'll cover my 2 weeks solo next time. And then where I'm just gonna rant about like the freaking hell of a journey it's been. Like one horror nightmare of a day after another for 2 weeks. And then I'll cover some tips and tricks and fun facts in the next video. And then we can get on to the land project videos, which I'm pumped for. Okay. Good night. Love you. Say the word and be like me.